Evening, everyone. It's 5:50 on Monday afternoon, the 11th, and this is your closing comment. It is video number 973, and I remind you to please hit that subscribe button and the notification button. Things are picking up. In fact, today in the Discord room, we talked about and made two trades. One in Lululemon, which I mentioned I was interested in. We bought puts in the $1.60 range, and I sold mine. I had only four. Sold one at $2.55, one at $2.99, one at $3 and change, and I went home with one. The stock was $386.04, down 11.18 at the close, and those options closed around 4.5. We also, I went into the S&P short-dated puts about 20 minutes before the close at $1.54. I believe that those closed around $1.94. So going in the right direction. I mentioned in the letter last night and in this morning's video that I was kind of negative on the market, and that's the way I played it. We also had a Zoom meeting today for an individual who was interested in my process, and I think that we will do more of those, possibly even do a Zoom and YouTube live combination. So if you subscribe to the channel, you'll have access to those and you'll see when we make them. Okay, I mentioned this morning Southwest Air was down about 2.25, and that's about where it closed, down 2.25 on a horrendous weekend that there is some question about. The company just barely mentioned at the end of their comment that there were staffing issues. They blamed most of it on weather in Florida, but they did cancel almost 2,000 flights, and not everybody believes that it was the weather as opposed to staffing issues. Comcast, 52.22, down 248, down 4.5% on another downgrade, this one from Raymond James. We also discussed this morning APTV, and it was pretty much unchanged from this morning. That was down about $5. They are a producer of automobile parts, different than used car parts like O'Reilly Auto or Advanced Auto or any of the used car maintenance plays. This one is more new cars, and so it is suffering. And Flexion, I mentioned this morning, also was about $10.50. It closed at $9.17, up $3.39 or 59%. There's a deal there at $8.50 in cash, plus a non-tradable warrant based on whether they make certain benchmarks. So even though it's an $8.50 deal, the stock is trading over that. And Protagonist, PTGX, this is the one that I mentioned this morning about having the FDA lift a halt on a genetic blood treatment problem, and it closed up 94%, 35.36, up 17.12. Also, a major outperformer and a favorite of mine, SOFI, was upgraded again today, this time by Morgan Stanley, and the stock really took off. It opened in the $17 range, but traded much higher and closed at $18.39, up $2.18 or 13.5%. So that one looks really healthy. The one that I can't seem to find any information on, which was kind of strange, Lucid Motors, LCID. The stock closed down 30 cents. at 22.93 is where it's trading right now. But the warrants, which were down heavily this morning, a couple of dollars, finished at 611, down 420 or 41%. There's no news on it. I haven't seen anything about it, and I've looked. Maybe we'll hear about that overnight. So we were up strong in the Dow, up over 200. We finished down 250 on the low of the day. Advanced declines were 9 to 7 down. Same situation with the NASDAQ, although on a percentage basis, it was not up as much as the Dow was. It closed down 93.34, or about 0.6%, and the advanced declines there were 13 to 8 to the downside. Volume was a little lighter, which is not surprising after an options expiration on Friday, and another one coming up this Friday. The S&P finished pretty much on the low. They all finished pretty much on the low, down 30.15 or 0.7. The Russell down 12.45, down 0.6%, and the Dow Jones Transports down 51.50 or 35 basis points. The VIX didn't really take off, but it did close at 20, up $1.23 or 6.55%. The oil continued higher, as you can see. I'll open it up. The oil had a phenomenal day. It continues to move higher. It traded as high as 82.18 and closed 80.52, up $1.17. I saw Carter Braxton Worth on CNBC, and he agrees with me that it looks like the move to the upside measures about 90 to 92. So that's what I've been saying in writing for the past month. The gold was down overnight, got up during the day, and finished slightly lower. It still seems to be wanting to hold this 1750. The low is 1749.90. I'll open this up a little so you can see it a little better. We did close basically unchanged, down $1.70 or 0.1%, and right around mid-range. So I think we'll have to see tomorrow whether we're going to get a crossover to the upside on the 5 and 20-day moving average, or whether we're going to test 1740 or possibly 1725. So that's where we are there. Bitcoin up 2,800. What was interesting there was the divergence between Bitcoin and Ethereum. Bitcoin up 2,800, Ethereum down 117. To give you an idea of how extreme that move is, Bitcoin was up 5.09% and coming out of this little flag that I pointed out over the weekend and in this morning's commentary, while Ethereum looked like the same thing and was running ahead, except that it got up to this high of about 3,700 on Friday, and today was down 3.21%. So up 5% in one, down 3%. That's an 8% split, and that is pretty extreme. The dollar was up 24 basis points, 94.32, and the bonds, which were closed here, but the futures trading off the rest of the world markets, were down about a quarter. All right, everyone, don't forget that we have Dennis just about at capacity on the futures trading, the gold only futures trading. He's sort of expanded that a little to include other metals, but no other regular commodities. So feel free to give me a call or instant message me or email me, and I'll be happy to give you the information on that. And now that we're going to have a reason to have more YouTubes and Zoom calls, hit that subscribe button and the notification. I'll be back in the morning.